Inside Gaming is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Why haven't you gotten a VPN yet? Visit expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday. Whoever wants to take that, Patrick maybe?
Brian maybe?
Yeah!
Holy hell, another week has gone by that feels like a whole ass year, and I'm more tired than I've ever been, even though I haven't seen the sun in 4 days.
I want to die. Please.
No, Brian, stay alive for your children. Us.
I feel like this is never going to end. I just feel like this is life now, and we just have to, live this way forever.
Everyone, that is not going to stop us from our games journalism, because we've got more news about GameStop. They've really been carrying us through this week. It's mostly closed for business, and lots of stores are closing up forever. Somewhere Karma Chameleon plays softly, but we can't sing it because that's a copyright strike, baby. Unless we change it a little.
Karma, chameleon.
Karma Chameleon.
It's the karma. Yeah, GameStop made news for all the wrong reasons recently when it refused to close down, despite a lot of employees being worried about safety issues in light of the current pandemic we find ourselves in. Very cool and awesome move that many people admired. Gotcha. You
very
doofus.
brave.
Everyone hated it, and it circled the caravans to boo the shit out of them until they finally closed up their doors and did some weird IED pickup method.
Well, closed their doors once they were also told by the local government that they had to shut down.
Right, of course.
It's not because of public outcry.
Because, of course, it is a sovereign nation.
They closed their doors the same way Arkansas integrated its schools.
That's a deep cut.
Damn, Brian.
Yeah, that didn't stop GameStop, though. They pretty much did everything they could to stay open for the releases of Animal Crossing New Horizons and Doom Eternal, and once those were gone, they closed up shop. Perfect, just in time to infect a ton of people. You really did your best, GameStop. Well done.
Hey, we didn't get to number one by everyone being responsible.
No, you gotta take some risks. They're a loose cannon retail chain that doesn't play by the rules.
Yep.
There are no ethical games retailers, we've learned.
Well, for the most part, some stores are still taking online orders and giving them to customers who come to the door. You go to the strip mall, I suppose. Bang on the door until some 16-year-old comes out and hands you a used copy of Max Payne 3 or something.
I just assume they're giving people their games using a fishing pole and a hazmat suit and then just hosing them down with license.
How frustrated do they have to be if people are coming for not Animal Crossing or Doom? Like, they have to come out to the curb and it's, what can I get you? And it's like, yeah, could I get a Need for Speed Heat? And it's like, okay, yeah. I hope I got infected.
Yeah, we say Lysol. I'm not sure they still have any cleaning supplies, so I don't know. Maybe they're just down to bug spray at this point.
They're sandblasting. But yeah, there are going to be a lot less GameStop employees soon, period. Not just because their company has done the worst thing possible for their health and safety. The company currently has more than 5,550 stores across 14 countries, mostly in the US and Canada.
It closed 321 stores during the last fiscal year, and more are on the way. The last fiscal year, when there wasn't a global pandemic happening, that was just regular business. They had to close that many stores. And there are more on the way. In an earnings call yesterday, officials said they're closing more than 300 more stores this year as a way to de-densify, which basically means that de-densify. Which basically means that they feel like they've got too many stores right now, or they're just trying to say words that sound okay instead of holy shit, this business is toast. De-densify.
Yeah,
double D, baby. You're right, Brian? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, God.
I'm like Tom and Jerry. I see a girl who looks exactly like me, except she has eyelashes and lipstick. Yeah, GameStop sales have been dropping for years now as customers increasingly shift to digital purchases and online retailers like Amazon. Y'all know this. We've talked about it. That's led GameStop to suffer. It looks like they're going to keep closing more and more stores, basically until they find a sustainable number that can support.
Yeah, they're not Starbucks where they can have two on the same block and both are thriving. It's not.
Remember Starbucks?
There are only so many GameStops that the world needs. So this isn't a huge surprise though, right? But wait, that's not all. There's more.
Oh?
GameStop stock prices shot up yesterday after it announced its latest earnings, which is something you don't hear every day, or any day, really. Especially these days when it comes to GameStop. So what's happening?
Their stock jumped as much as 15% Friday after their earnings for the fourth quarter were a lot better than investors expected. What's going on?
Yeah, sales at stores were actually down for the quarter, no surprise. But the fact that their earnings raised could be a sign that their efforts to cut costs and close stores are actually paying off, at least in the bottom line, corporate sense. Not so much if you're one of those employees who got laid off.
Right.
It's not really working for you.
Yeah, you're not all, I don't think you have stock options to fall back on.
Yeah, maybe you're not part of the GameStop family anymore.
Oh no.
If your job refers to itself as a family, it's a bad job.
Yeah, so we've also heard anecdotally that GameStop sales have been rising lately because of all the quarantined people. Turns out, people play a lot more video games when they stay home.
CEO George Sherman said the COVID-19 outbreak has led to changes in how consumers work, play, and learn. While still early, we are pleased with the progress we have made to date in our initiatives to stabilize, optimize, and transform the business. Thanks, George.
Autobots, roll out.
Yeah, so GameStop's fiscal year ended on February 1st. That was obviously way before everyone here in the West got quarantined, so we don't know how much their sales jumped because of all that extra sweet coronavirus traffic. But CFO Jim Bell did give one stat. He told investors that increased sales has led to positive 2% comparable sales results for the March month to date period through Saturday. Let me translate that just a little bit. He's saying that during this month, stores are seeing basically 2% more sales than they were a year ago. That's a big deal because GameStop hasn't seen its sales rise like that at stores for a long time.
I imagine they get a little bump whenever like a console or a new game comes out. But even then, it's like it's so much easier to just go to Target, go to Best Buy.
What's up with all these people? I guess it's people that haven't really been playing games much over the past year and now are like, oh, I'm hearing this Animal Crossing thing is a good way to pass time. Like, are they just returning back to their consciousness of 10 years ago when if you wanted a game, you went to GameStop? Is
maybe
as simple as that?
Maybe they there was a cute employee there they want to go check on.
Oh. Well, Amir doesn't work there anymore.
And that tells you all you need to know when it comes to why GameStop stayed open for as long as it did, even in the midst of the coronavirus, when pretty much every single other retailer was shutting down, except for essential services like Subway sandwiches, which is still open.
That's right.
And Jamba Juice next door, also open.
And every dispensary, because it's medicinal.
Hell yeah, baby.
Doctor's orders, I have to be self-into couch for 2 weeks minimum.
Booze and weed are essential. I'm sorry, we got to get through this somehow.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah, at one point, GameStop even tried to get itself declared as an essential business, like a grocery store or OG Kush factory. And then they backed off it after everyone's collective laughter/horror shook the foundations of the earth. Just infecting a few thousands of people for that sweet cash, for that moolah, for that dinero.
You think it was worth
it?
Scratch.
That's good.
It was probably worth it though, right? Get a few more,
definitely.
drag a few more years out of GameStop.
Cut and try, black and white, ones and zeros.
You gotta break a few eggs.
Yeah, Sherman added that as millions of consumers adapt to remote work, play, and learning, goddamn, I hate that motherfucking phrase.
Yeah, what's up with
We're
learning?
pleased to be able to work, play, and learn. We want to delight our customers. I hate that. Just sell games and don't kill people. It's not that hard. Anyway, he goes on to say, we're pleased to be able to serve their needs. I also hate the word serve, too. You're not serving anything, you're selling them. Yeah. In fact, we've seen an increase in store and online traffic over the last few weeks. We remain committed to continue to meet those needs in a safe environment. Glad to see they're still making people work and put their safety at risk, though. Yeah, total safe environment you're running.
Yeah, for sure.
So glib, too, hearing in fact, like, actually, we've seen an increase. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah,
it's yes, George. That's very good, George. Yes, George. Of course, George. I mean, it is an essential business. After all, it is absolutely essential that I buy my video games physically from a store while an unprecedented global pandemic is going on. I 100% refuse to live my life any differently.
It's got to be those people who are like, if you buy digital, you're a fucking idiot. Of course, GameStop isn't the only one who tried to stay open and chase the almighty dollar. The game, Connor?
Game!
Store chain in the UK also stayed open as long as it possibly could until the British government ordered earlier this week that all non-essential stores, which includes video games, should close.
The government's guidelines said that all retail stores will remain closed for at least 3 weeks as of March 23rd. That was a few days ago. But don't worry, some stores in the UK are also staying open to fill its online orders, like some locations of the Sex chain of game stores.
Yeah, IGN got a hold of a sex company memo which asks teams of 2 employees to travel to closed shops in order to fulfill online orders, as well as empty sex cash tills and sex safes.
I can't.
Don't worry, they said it's on a purely voluntary basis. Yeah, sure it is.
Practice sex safes. Is that something?
That's good. I'm not saying you have to do this, Steve, but Bob volunteered, and I don't know if we're going to have too many positions left to fill when this is all over, and I know you rely on your paycheck to buy food, but... Oh, you are volunteering. Oh, Oh, you are? What a brave soul you are. Thank you.
Yeah, that only applies to corporate-owned sex stores, not franchises. But in the memo, Sex said, none of our colleagues are being sent or forced to work in Sex corporate location. It is a voluntary request, and we are limiting the numbers of colleagues in each location to ensure safe social distance can take place. Yeah, so they're saying sex is better when there's just 2 people involved.
Something which we all know from experience is not true.
It needs to be curbside with as minimal touch.
Drive through.
So, do you miss the touch of another human? Just me? All right.
And then I peel out.
Into the Prius in front of you.
Yeah.
So what has this all taught us?
That's an excellent question, Brian. Well, despite being in the middle of a global pandemic that has changed daily life for us all, retailers are still going to chase that dollar, because of course they are. And yeah, one of the side effects of the coronavirus is that it led to a lot more interest in video games.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. We enjoy video games ourselves from time to time in small doses. But it's also been a boost for gaming retailers, and they've shown that they're going to do everything possible to stay open, even if it's just with a couple of employees filling online orders.
Yeah, this might just be a temporary jump in business for the GameStops of the world, but who knows? If this pandemic lasts for several more months, it sure as hell maybe a lot more people will get converted into being gamers. On the flip side, these bad optics could really bite GameStop in the ass when this is all said and done. America, it's a capitalist hellscape, but it's also the land of lawsuits, so have fun with that one, Game.
Well, maybe if we get enough converted gamers in this world or this country, I can finally get enough names on my petition to make a movie of, I don't know, name a game. I don't even care anymore.
Most of all, this shows the cold reality that corporations operate under. If something makes profits go up, they're going to keep doing it, even if it means putting people in harm's way. They can say all they want that the safety of our employees and customers is our highest priority, but actions speak louder than words. And right now, GameStop and some other retailers are saying a whole lot with their actions.
Assassin's Creed, that's a game. It's already a movie. Could have been funny. That could have been really good. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily. For Monday, we're all in our separate homes, but hey, we can join together in this lovely little morning clap. This quarantine may rob us of our sanity, but it will not take our weekly traditions.
All right, everybody, happy Monday. Hope you're healthy and safe as the entire world continues to shut down. Maybe not the entire world, because while most non-essential businesses are closed,